it's alright, 'cause I'm safe at the field.
You believe it? It's back to school time. Students aren't the only ones who feel anxiety when the school year starts either. So do parents. And psychologist Frank Cummings joins us now from his Appleton office with tips on how parents can cope. Morning, Frank. How are you?
I'm doing great, Pete. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, you know, sometimes we think of sending kids back to school and, hey, that's it, I'm done. But I understand you say we have to stay connected, right?
You bet. You know, we really have to demystify things. And we have to look at areas that we can concentrate on to kind of lower not only our kids' anxieties, but our anxieties as well.
So who do you connect with in this situation?
Well, I think it's first of all important to connect with your kids. You know, listen to them, listen to their hopes, their dreams, things that they'd like to do, and then you set goals to help them achieve those dreams. But an important piece of that too is to identify what possible roadblocks might prevent them from achieving those goals or those dreams.
And then obviously you try to help them out to achieve those goals. Do you do that from the very first when they get through into the preschool age?
You bet. You begin that process now because it's always, you want to communicate with your kids. It's not just a late August, early September thing. It should be done every day of the year.
Now, another block of people you should connect with are friends, right? Now, why do you say that?
Because birds of a feather flock together, and if you want your kids to connect up and be pro-social, you want them to have pro-social friends, kids that are involved in good things, you know, whether it be extracurricular activities at school or helping out around the house or having good parents, things like that. You want to make sure that your kids are hanging around kids that you'd like your kid to be with.
Yeah, and that's the next people you want to connect with are other parents. I mean, you want to keep an eye on your kid, maybe through other parents, and know what the other parents are like, right?
You bet, because you can have shared responsibilities there, and also that kids get into trouble when they're not supervised. So if you connect up with your kids' friends' parents, you're going to find out that those parents are going to either supervise the kids when they're over at their house, or you can have kids over at your house and you can supervise them then. Kids don't get into very much trouble when they're supervised by healthy adults.
How about teachers? I mean, we have the parent-teacher talks all the time, but we should really connect with teachers from the first day of school, you think, Frank?
Yeah, you bet. You know, teachers get anxious too, and I think kids, you know, when I was a kid, I remember going into a grocery store and I came around the corner and I saw my teacher and I kind of freaked out because I always thought she lived at school all the time.
Yeah, that's true. It happened to my son too.
You know, I just thought they lived in this big building in a gray, dungy kind of bedroom, and then they came up from the basement and taught class during the day. So, you know, it's not only anxious for the kids, but it's anxious for the teachers too. And you're spending, your kids are spending 50% of their waking hours with this teacher. So it's great to connect up with the teachers, and actually teachers appreciate the support of parents too.
So it's all about being connected not only with your kid and their parents, but also with the teacher and really communicating, right?
You bet.
Frank, thanks a lot for joining us, and hopefully this will help some parents get through the anxiety, and the kids too.
You have a great day.
You too.